right, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Every November, we celebrate our veterans with our annual Week of Valor events. We'll be talking about that here in a moment. It's obvious we should be honoring our veterans each and every year, each and every day, because the freedoms of our great country are only available because throughout our history, brave men and women have stepped forward to join our military and defend the United States of America to keep us safe and to keep us free. That's why my team worked with the Veterans Community Alliance of Louisville, or VCAL, to establish the Week of Valor, which is now, I'm glad to say, in its 7th year, because one day of honoring veterans just simply wasn't enough on Veterans Day. Of course, this year's Week of Valor is unlike any we've seen because of the COVID-19 pandemic. But just as our military men and women have had to adapt to defend our country, we've adapted this year in our efforts to honor them. And at Metro Government, we've worked with our community partners to reimagine our Week of Valor and especially our annual Veterans Day parade so we can honor our veterans safely. Many of our events this year are virtual. Others are drive-thrus or limited in attendance so guests can spread out. The 2020 Week of Valor began November 1st and it runs through November the 12th. We're asking everybody across the community to find some way to recognize, support, and honor our veterans. I want to thank all of the sponsors and organizers of these events, representing government, businesses, nonprofits, community groups, and others for their passion and dedication to veterans. The recognition that we need to honor and support veterans every day is why we've had a variety of activities throughout my term in office, including being one of the first mayors in the country to sign on to the Mayor's Challenge to End Veterans Homelessness, which was launched in 2014 by the White House. I am proud to say that we have a process in place to house homeless veterans as soon as they are identified. So that's a big deal. If you're a veteran and homeless, we can help you. Special thanks to the team from Louisville Metro Housing Authority, Family Health Centers, Volunteers of America, and the Robley Rex VA Homeless Program that continue to work together to make this happen. We want our veterans to know that in Louisville, we get it. We understand that the price of freedom is high, and our veterans are the ones who've paid it. They made a commitment to us, and now it's our turn to keep making commitments to them. That's why we're also working to make Louisville a destination city for veterans who may be separating from the military and looking to transition to the next stage of their careers. We're proud to have nearly 500 veterans here at our Metro Government team, men and women who now serve as police officers, firefighters, and other first responders, and many others who provide leadership in virtually every Metro agency. This afternoon at 2:30 p.m., I'm hosting a Week of Valor Facebook Live Town Hall featuring several of these Metro veterans. We'll also welcome representatives from veteran service organizations who will share valuable information in the area of health, employment, education, and housing. So once again, thank you to all of our veterans, military families, and active duty service members for your service and sacrifice on behalf of our country. We owe you a debt we can never repay, but we will certainly try. And I always like to recognize my favorite veteran this time of the year, and that's my dad. He just turned 88 years old. He's a United States Air Force veteran, so hats off to my dad. I'd like to introduce our next speaker and a great ally and advocate for veterans, and that's John Miles. John is a veteran and the head of Louisville Metro Office for Veterans, part of our Office for Resilience and Community Services. John also serves as the Metro Liaison for VCAL and is serving for the 3rd consecutive year as the Week of Valor Chairman. We appreciate that, John. Great job. Thank you so much. And now John will share with us some of the details of this year's Week of Valor events. John Miles.
Thank you, Mayor, for inviting me today to be a part of this press conference. And I promise not to keep everyone long, but what my goal is just briefly explain 3 or 4 events that will be going on as part of our 2020 Week of Valor. And they are posted on our annual event flyer. And later on, I will let you know where you can go to view that flyer. And if you would like a copy, I will give you also my phone number and my email address so that I could send you a copy. This year has been a very different and challenging year because of COVID-19. And we usually enjoy over 20 events. Last year, I believe we featured 28 Week of Valor events on our event flyer, which took up 2 pages front and back. Because of the challenges that we have experienced due to COVID-19, we were only able to have 15 events this year. A lot of these events are virtual events. So we have urged all of our organizations to be creative as far as providing their events virtually. And if they do plan on having in-person events, adhere to all of the social distancing and wearing of mask guidelines set forth by the governor, the mayor, and the CDC. This year's flyer started out November 1st. Week of Valor always starts November 1st and runs through November 11th. This year, the Veterans Club kicked off Week of Valor with their Veterans Club 22 Push-Up Challenge. And Mayor, if you remember last year, we were able to participate. The mayor, let me tell you, the mayor did 22 correct push-ups. And I'm a former Army drill sergeant, so I was quite impressed that our mayor pumped out 22 correct push-ups. No sag in the back, no hump in the back. He was straight from his shoulder blades down to his ankle in a straight angle. So I want to commend the mayor for that. We enjoyed that during the Out of Darkness walk down at the riverfront, which has occurred every year for the past few years. But this year, due to COVID-19, the Veterans Club is hosting the 22 Push-Up Challenge, and it's a virtual event. You can go on, do this event either by yourself or with your family members, take a video, and you can post your video to the Veterans Club Inc. website or to their Facebook page. For more information, contact info is veteransclubinc.org or 502-487-1464, or you can get more information on their Facebook page, Veterans Club Inc. The next event is actually today. We are celebrating 6 great veterans down at the California Square Apartments. This year's theme for the Week of Valor, we wanted to center around our minority veterans and veterans who have been directly affected by COVID-19. Well, these 6 veterans have been directly affected by COVID-19. It has restricted their mobility on where they can go. Many of them have been locked into their apartments and restricted on where they can go. And yesterday I went down to California Square Apartments, and they had a market, a mobile market posted outside of the apartments so that they can do their grocery shopping and pick up items and necessities that they need. So these are veterans who are in their 60s, 70s, and 80s. And I thought it would be appropriate to recognize them because of how they were able not only to survive by wearing the uniform, but also able to survive through this COVID-19. That is going on as we speak. I will post a video of this event on our Metro Veterans Facebook page. I will share it along with any photos that will be sent to me. The Kentucky Department of Veteran Affairs was so gracious to have Commissioner Keith Jackson to go down and present these awards to these veterans. And you'll be able to view it later on today. I promise you. And most importantly, an event that everybody looked forward to each year was the Veterans Day Parade. And I think Marty Storch will be giving you the details. So I'm not going to steal his thunder. I'm just going to let you know that it's going to be still a great event, even though it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be on Saturday, November 7th from 11 to 1. And I'll let Marty tell you the details here coming up. Veterans Club will also host a Operations United Homefront family night virtually. You can go on again, make a video or of you and your family dancing, or you can just go on the website and watch and participate as Veterans Club partnered with Dancing Well, and Dancing Well's founder, Deborah Denningfield, will be leading all the dances, and you and your family can dance away and just have a good time just together in your home virtually. For more information, go on Veterans Club Inc. Facebook page, their website, veteransclubinc.org, or you can zoom in and it'll be posted. The Zoom in link will be on the event flyer for you to zoom in to have fun. And like I said, I'm getting ready to let you know how to go on our Facebook pages and our websites in order to see the flyer. And then last but not least, and I'm going to pick a very good one here because I do not want to take up a lot of your time. Humana honors veterans on WHAS Great Day Live. This is Humana podcast, which is featured every day through Humana. And to get more information on that, call Luke Evans at 744-0901 and to find out how to go on Humana's website and listen to the podcast. All right. And to get to be able to look at our flyer and all of the events, all 15 events, you can go on our Louisville Resilience and Community Service website, which is through our LouisvilleKentucky.gov website. It'll be posted in both places. You also can go on VCAL's website, which is vcalouisville.org, and you can view the full flyer of events. Or you can go, if you're a Facebooker, you can go on our Facebook pages, Metro Veterans Facebook page, Veterans Community Alliance of Louisville, which is VCAL Facebook page, and in Louisville Metro Resilience and Community Services Facebook page. For any questions that you may have, or you would like a copy of our event flyer, please give me a call at 502-574-5748, or email me at john.miles@louisvilleky.gov. Again, I would like to thank you, Mayor, and I'd like to turn it back over to you.
All right, John, thank you very much for that. And for our viewers, you can find the link that John referred to in the chat here, so please check that out. Now, one of the big event of the week, obviously, is always our Veterans Day Parade. We started with the Veterans Day Parade in 2011, then we expanded on that, as I mentioned, to the Week of Valor. So this year, because of the COVID conditions, we're going to have a Veterans Day Parade in reverse. We have to have a little innovation around that, and what that means is that the different parade units are going to be stationary, and instead of gathering in person, the crowd will drive through the staging area, honking horns and waving flags and showing their appreciation for the veterans. So here to share more details about this special edition of the Veterans Day Parade in reverse is Marty Storch. Marty is the director of our Metro Special Events team. Marty, take it away.
Well, thank you, Mayor and John. I want to say, as you, Mayor, my dad is a veteran, 81 years, and he would do much better at the push-up challenge than I would on the 22 that John talked about. But From Wayne, Treva, Paul, Dan, and the entire Kentucky Veterans Day Parade Committee, greetings. I think many of our veterans have received one of those official notifications with this salutation. But seriously, many things in 2020 have been challenging, as Mayor Fischer and John Miles spoke about. So we are very excited to be able to actually host an in-person event, albeit a little in reverse, as we battle COVID-19. We found a unique way to honor our veterans, past and present. Because of COVID pandemic health and safety concerns, we will not be gathering downtown like previous years, as Mayor mentioned. Our 10th annual Veterans Day Parade will take place on the campus of Southeast Christian Church. That's 920 Blankenbaker Lane, just one block north of the Interstate 64, this Saturday, as John mentioned, November 7th, from 11 to 1 p.m. This event will be, as the mayor stated, a parade in reverse. Vehicles will drive one way through a stationary parade units, and to ensure health and safety for everyone, there will be no walk-in or on-site parking. Vehicles will enter through Gate 3 and drive toward Lot G. There will be Middletown Police and Jefferson County Sheriff's Office helping direct traffic. This year's theme, a drive-through, a corridor of freedom. Vehicles will drive through our horseshoe-shaped freedom corridor, in the spirit of Breeders' Cup, of course. In place of customary speeches and verbal tributes to those who fought bravely for our freedoms, we will have broadcast on 100.7 FM, a loop tribute to our veterans, as Wayne Hedinger best described this. About 60 parade units will be staged on both sides of the route, allowing opportunity to wave flag, honk horns, saluting our veterans along the way, as the mayor described. And for the first 100 cars will be given a souvenir flag to wave. Everyone is encouraged to decorate their vehicles, and for women to wear a red, white polka dot kerchief, bandana, or headband in honor of Rosie the Riveter, a symbol of this year's theme, On the Home Front. Co-Chairman Wayne Hedinger said, 2020 has presented special challenges to all areas of our lives, but we welcome the opportunity to pay tribute to the men and women who have served and continue to serve our country. He continued, this is a great opportunity for families to join and friends to join in observing the 75th anniversary of the end of World War II and saluting all veterans. This shows how well our community can pull together, work together, and proves we really are one Louisville. It doesn't matter where you live, work, or play. So back to you, Mayor.
All right, Marty, thanks for the innovation on this. Thanks for the partnership with Mayor Chapman out in Middletown as well, and the entire team as we pull this together. I want to emphasize again that I'm proud to announce that this year's Week of Valor will have a special focus on the contributions of older veterans, like the veterans John mentioned from California Square. So good job, everybody. Thank you for your service. And before I close, as we think about what's happening in our city, in our country, in the battle against COVID-19, I really feel like our veterans embody the spirit of that commitment, honor, and sacrifice that our entire community really needs right now. The numbers on the COVID, on the pandemic, are going in the wrong way, and that means more sickness and more death, and we do not want that. So our veterans swore an oath to protect our country from threats to our lives and our freedom, and many of them fought overseas battles that sometimes cost veterans their lives and left many others to live with the consequences of their service each and every day. So as we deal with this pandemic that has claimed too many lives already and threatens many more, I ask everybody to think about the risk, the hard work, and especially the sacrifices that so many brave men and women in our armed forces have made. One way we can honor them is by making the choices and, yes, the sacrifices that we need to make today to protect ourselves, each other, those we love, the entire community from this virus that has declared a war on us. We don't have to go overseas or receive special training. We just need to wear masks, keep some distance between ourselves and others, avoid crowded spaces, and be smart and careful and diligent as we fight this COVID-19 virus. If we follow the example set by our veterans, their sacrifice, we will win the battle against COVID-19. But we need each and every one of us. So thank you all for joining us here today. Please take part in the Week of Valor to honor veterans and to show our community's support for the contributions of all of our active duty military, veterans, and their families. And we'll be happy to take any questions if there are any. Please put them in the chat room, and Jessica will read them. Okay, well, what I'm going to do is do 22 push-ups here so we can bring attention to suicide problem with our veterans. And I'm not in good push-up shape right now, but I'm going to give it my best here, okay? And I encourage everybody to do this challenge. If you can't do 22, do as many as you possibly can.
Way to go, Mayor.
All right, everybody. Support your veterans. Do your push-ups. Help each other any way you possibly can. Let's defeat this virus also. See you at the Parade in Reverse on Saturday.